All right, guys. So today I just wanted to hit record on the camera. I don't have any notes in front of me. There's not anything specific that I want to talk about. I'm just wanting to talk to you guys as a creator, to subscribers or people that watch this channel. One, to say thank you. I don't think I've ever really just personally sat here and thanked everybody for allowing me to do this. I've been doing YouTube now for like 8 years. And it's kind of reached a point, and I think I've kind of reached this point in my life where there's not a lot of things that seem to be going right. Now, this is not a pity me type of video. I know it would be easy for this to come across as that, but I want you to know kind of my mindset and what I'm going through personally without going into details. But I've reached a point where there's not a whole lot of happiness. There's a whole lot of, trying to be secluded and isolated from things because, you don't want to get hurt by people. You don't want to be around people that aren't genuine, because throughout the years, I have found that that's kind of what most people do. They take advantage of you when you're at your peak. When the channel was doing really well, there were so many creators that wanted to be a part of it, that wanted to basically do collabs and things like that. But when it starts to die out some and kind of pull back some, they distance themselves from you. It's almost like, all right, I don't need you now. So the communication starts to cut off. And that's kind of what I've learned from people in general. So people, when they need something from you or feel like they can benefit from you, they're around you. You seem to be important at that time. But when things change, or even if it's not you that changes personally, it's just, the things that you can do for people change, you don't seem to be as important. So the guys that actually watched, the people that subscribe, not even the people that subscribe, the fact that you watch has helped me a lot throughout the years, that allows me to keep doing this. But I have gotten to a point where I do have to decide if I can continue to do this. Mainly because I do know, the popularity of earbuds was going to die out over time. It's not as huge as it was when everybody needed earbuds. But just in general, it's really hard for me to be able to continue to do this if you feel like people aren't interested in what you're talking about. And maybe it's me that's not interested in what I'm talking about either. Now, as much as I like true wireless earbuds, there's so many other things that I'm into, which is maybe why I've started that second channel. Now, I don't really need that channel to take off. I needed it for me to be able to have an outlet to talk about something else that I'm genuinely interested in. Because YouTube as a whole, they don't like it if you, in your main channel, which you're used to talking about this main subject, they don't like it if you talk about other things. They just look at things as an algorithm. And they think that people aren't there because of the creator. They think it's more because of what you're talking about. So it's kind of hard to talk about other things. And, over time, if you do this every day for years and years and years, eventually you're going to kind of either get burnt out, or, you guys watching the channel are going to just see repetitiveness. You're going to be like, well, I know the format and what he's going to talk about. I probably know what he's going to say. And as a creator, you don't really feel that creative if you feel like you're doing that same thing. And I think that's kind of where I've hit as a creator, because like right now, this is just me genuinely talking to you. And I don't feel like it comes across like that in videos. I feel like in videos, you can tell that I'm making sure I need to cover this point and check that box, and move on to the next point, check that box. And I noticed that just by going back and watching them. I notice it when I have to edit the video, and I'm like, okay, I even know what's coming up. Even if I weren't somebody that was the one talking and I'm somebody on the outside, I know what the next thing is I'm going to say. And that's just not the way that I wanted to do this channel. So some things just need to be changed. It's just some things in my life that's affecting me personally. There's things that's just making me look at things differently, appreciating things differently, but also realizing that, I'm trying to distance myself from the things that are hurting me as an individual, as a creator, hurting the channel. There's just so many things that go on that you as an audience normally don't see when you're watching a creator. This is not my life. Like this, talking about earbuds, sitting in front of this screen for 20 minutes or however long, that is a small fraction of my day. I spend a lot of it editing and a lot of it researching and testing and all of this stuff. For somebody to come in and just say, oh, this is garbage because it's made in China, or, this is awful, I would get this, even if they have not heard the product, and I know they haven't because it's a product that's not out yet. You kind of get tired of seeing stuff like that, seeing people that just want to be assholes just to be assholes. And that's kind of where I've gotten in life. Maybe this is the old guy talking, but people aren't really genuine. I mean, what you see on social media, what you see people take pictures or videos or whatever of themselves, most of the time, genuinely, it's not themselves, or you're only seeing, the bright side of their life. And there's so much fakeness. No, I shouldn't sit here and tell you about all my problems, nor am I going to do that. But you do need to realize that there are problems. There are things that are pulling me from doing as many videos a week that I want to do. And, just from the creative side, it's hard to continue to be creative when it's so robotic. Like, oh, I have a quota of this many videos I have to fit in a week. And, I don't know. I have to find that spark and that interest again. And there's times where it happens, but there's a lot of things just in life in general. I've lost a lot of spark. I've lost a lot of happiness. And there's very few things that one of the big things, and a lot of you may not know this, but I do coach a travel softball team. And that has given me purpose. Being around people that genuinely do want to learn from you, that are genuinely listening to you. And baseball, even though it's not softball, has been such a huge part of my life, especially growing up. I mean, I really thought that that's what I was going to do for a living, something to do with baseball. I absolutely loved it. And I always told myself I would never coach because I am so competitive. Like, I can't be around people that are playing a sport that aren't all the way in on the sport, because you're on a team of people that are depending on you. These people, they're showing up for practice. They're showing up and putting all this time in. And if you're somebody that just shows up occasionally or just, only puts a little bit of time in, it's not fair to the other people that are. And, to surround yourself with people that genuinely care about a game or care about a team or something that you're doing, putting together, that does feel special. And originally, that's what this channel was. This was something that I created, something out of interest, and it drew in a lot of people at one point. And the views have gone down. I know the interest in the products in general have kind of died out because people have their earbuds. They don't need new earbuds. I knew that was going to happen. But it also, personally, it's hard not to take it as people aren't genuinely interested in you or what you're doing or what you've created anymore. And so I've kind of reached that point where I have to figure out if this is what I'm going to continue to do, if I'm going to be able to continue to do it, because this is what supports my family. I think it was almost 3 years ago I decided to do this full time because it was doing so well, and I can still support my family off of it. Again, I'm not asking anybody for anything. I am just being transparent and telling you what I'm going through. So, when you guys click affiliate links and buy things, it doesn't even have to be the product that I'm talking about. That helps. You guys watching the videos, that helps. You guys subscribing to the channel, that really doesn't help, and it doesn't really mean as much because there's a lot of people that subscribe that don't actually watch the videos. And, again, this kind of falls back on the fakeness of things. People think that, as long as I have so many subscribers, it just looks good and, that makes me feel important. Like, that doesn't make me feel important. In fact, YouTube in general does not make me feel important. It's just numbers on a screen and on a phone screen to most people. And you can easily get lost in what do I need to do to improve? What do I need to change? And that's kind of been everything that I've been thinking about. And honestly, I don't know what else to do. I mean, this is the passion that I have is music and movies and earbuds and headphones. And this is the stuff that I talk about. And I don't want to be fake and talk about things that I'm not interested in just because I think it'll get views. So again, this video may seem pointless. It may seem like I'm rambling, but this really is a thank you for the people that do watch my content and comment. I read the comments all the time, and maybe I should respond more, but eventually you do get to a point where you feel like, you don't know what to say. I don't know what to say, and I've kind of gotten to that point. So again, thank you so much for everybody that does watch the channel, comes back to the channel for whatever reason, whether it's me, whether it's the products, it doesn't matter. You're back, and that means more to me than anything. It's something that I'm creating that you're choosing to take that little bit of your time out of the day to watch. And so thank you guys so much for watching this video, and thank you guys so much for watching all the other videos. And as always, make sure to stay tuned for more.